What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Heel Hookers podcast, episode 154. Let's fucking go. We are back to talk about what we didn't have to talk about last time.
UFC.
Yes. No UFC in the last pod. It's only UFC today. That's the only thing going on coming up this weekend. That matters.
We have CFFC, and I'm excited for the main event.
CFFC don't matter. Bilal Hassan is what matters. Let's fucking go. Kate's honorable mention on her draft fighting also this February 1st on Saturday. That is going to be defending that CFFC title. So, what, 5-0 now? I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Yes, very, very good rising prospect. So excited to see that, as always. But UFC Saudi Arabia is the main thing going on this weekend, the thing that everyone's getting all jazzed up about because it's way more stacked with fighters and names than the pay-per-view afterwards. So,
yeah, that's fucked up. Wow, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, they're 312. That one is lacking other than those two title fights. But for Saudi, we got some good old fights. In the main event, Israel Adesanya taking on rising contender Nassourdine Imavov. This is Izzy's first non-title UFC fight since 2019 February. 12 fights later, 8-4 in title fights. He's now finally back on that contending track. How you guys feeling about this main event heading into it?
Well, it's just crazy because it is 1 week off from being exactly 6 years.
Wow.
That he's been in a non-title fight because it was February 9th of 2019. So that's just fucking crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the actual fight itself, though, I'm really not sure how to feel about it. It's like you said, Imavov has been a rising star. He has been doing very well, obviously picking it up in this past year because in 2023, he went 0-1 and won no contest. To go 3-0 against top 15 guys the next year is incredible.
Yep.
Izzy, though, obviously has been in title fights for a reason for the past 12 fights, and while he's on a 2-fight losing streak, it's to Sean Strickland, Dricus, both of them holding the belt at one point now. It's like he has fought the highest level of high contenders for the past 6 years, and then obviously even leading into it, he still had to be fighting the highest levels to get into that title shot. It's like his experience is through the roof, and he is only 35 years old, so like it might seem like a decline, but I feel like this is going to be the fight to really tell if he's declining, you know?
For sure.
No, yeah, 100%. Like and plus the styles match up very well because Imavov does like to move forward, and Izzy definitely likes to counter. So like, there's not going to be, I feel like, a lot of grappling, and if there is, it's going to come off of Imavov trying to get something going with his striking, so that way he's going to go for the grappling to try and get the striking going to make Izzy think about the grappling, defending, and all that. So I am honestly very interested in this fight, especially for that reason. I don't believe Imavov has been finished before. I doubt it. He's been subbed.
At least he's not been knocked out, and I was going to say being subbed doesn't count in an Izzy fight. So
no, yeah. So
hey, Izzy's been talking about for a while that he wants to grab a sub in a UFC fight. He's been working his jiu-jitsu. Whitaker even talking about how underrated his jiu-jitsu is with them training, which has been really cool to see, honestly.
But,
yeah, no, so, I do love
maybe,
that.
But it also was Imavov's pro debut as well. Got a first round.
Yeah. So. I mean, like, if there was going to be any sub on Izzy's part, I would assume it'd be like after hurting Nassourdine, like somehow getting to the back and then getting an RNC or something. Like, that's going to be the way he'd be able to sub them. I doubt he gets off a guillotine or a Darce off on Nassourdine.
Yeah, overall, I would be pretty surprised if Izzy was able to grab a submission when 0 submissions in his career, only knockouts.
That's why I'm saying that, like, the fucking sub finish doesn't count. He ain't never been knocked out, and that's what we're talking about with Izzy. So, you know, if Izzy can get it done, that shit, good for him.
But I mean, if I remember right, Imavov has been hurt, though, in the past. I could see someone like Izzy being able to exploit that, being able, with the way he strikes, with the way his head movement is, and the way he, like, is able to just counter off of people's shots, so...
Yeah, and it's like, you know, obviously, if like with the losing and this being his first non-title fight, I wouldn't be surprised if he does have that extra fire that he might not have had in some of his more recent title defenses. Just because he's like, no, I got to get back on track. You know what I mean? Like, he's finally an actual contender now. He's not fighting for the belt. He's not defending his belt. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
No, yeah, and then the other. Go ahead.
Oh no, go.
No, what I was gonna say is this is actually like very much a stylistic matchup. I actually think this might be a stylistic matchup nightmare for Nassourdine because he is such a bread and butter basic kickboxer that's not what gives Izzy a problem outside of Alex Pereira, but Alex Pereira just has otherworldly fucking power, and that's why he's able to do what he does against Izzy. Whereas Sean Strickland is just a very awkward boxer striker, and Dricus has toon force. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, he is literally a cartoon fucking character.
But he's also good, you know what I mean?
is.
It's like he is definitely not given enough respect that he is good, and it's probably because he looks so fucking doofy doing most of the shit he does. But, you know.
No, but that's what I mean, though. It's just like, he is so awkward, it's basically just fighting a cartoon character, because he literally, again, you fall over and get an ankle pick. What am I supposed to think about you? You know?
Yeah. Because it's like, yeah, going into Nassourdine, it's like we said, he's on a 3-fight winning streak, so that's good. But it's Roman Dolidze, Jared Cannonier, Brendan Allen.
Yeah.
Very good fighters, all top 15, all solid. Not the level Izzy is, though. So definitely got to see how it's stacked up.
And even then, like the Jared Cannonier one, I do think he was on his way to winning that fight no matter what anyway.
Oh, yeah,
It was a premature stoppage. But, you know.
That's why I'm adding him in the win streak. I'm not questioning it.
He was on the way to winning it. Like, I'm not questioning it. I'm just saying, like, some people are going to bring that up, and it's like, yeah. And it was a majority decision with Roman. Like, that's the thing. Like, he goes to decisions a lot, and that's something that you really don't want to do against Izzy. It's hard to win a decision against Izzy if you're not someone like who's an awkward striker like a Sean Strickland. If you're not going to be able to get him down and be the bigger man and just be able to lay on top of him like Jan Blachowicz did in 2 of the rounds against Izzy, like, it just is hard to be able to beat.
You know, yeah. Because it's like, I know that with you saying that, like, stylistically a hard matchup for Nassourdine, and like I definitely do agree with that. And it's like, obviously he's definitely much more of a kickboxer, but it's like he does go for takedowns, he does grab them and fight. And especially when I feel like he's fighting other just good strikers, then that's when he really starts trying to go for them. And I just feel like there's no way he's not shooting takedowns on Izzy throughout this fight. Like, I feel like he's gonna, like you said, he wants to push forward on Izzy. Izzy is gonna be like backing up, trying to counter. And I don't know. I just feel like at this point, with you saying that Izzy might have that extra fire, it's like he might, but I'm just really not sure how much fire he has at this point in his career.
Oh, yeah.
He's got over 100 combat sports fights. Like, he's had 6 title defenses. Like, Powhatan was like that biggest kind of thorn in his side throughout his combat sports career, and he overcame that. He's beaten fucking everyone in, like, anyone that really matters other than, fucking like Dricus and Sean, like, at this point. But it's like, I don't really know how much he really cares about like this Nassourdine fight and everything. And I don't know. I just wouldn't be surprised if Nassourdine's able to go out there, put the pressure on him, grab some takedowns, and be able to grab like a decision win over Izzy in this one.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see. Possible. I'm just not set in stone about it yet. I think this will definitely be the deciding factor for me on Izzy and where he's at, how he's declined, and just everything, No,
yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. This is going to be the one to like truly show it, because it's like, if he does lose to Nassourdine here, it's like, I don't know, if he wanted to like try his hand again at like 205 or something, and like see what kind of fun matchups we could get or something. Like, I could see him maybe getting like a little extra motivation for that, but it's like at middleweight, what more does he have to prove? You know what I mean? Like, he is
the second greatest middleweight.
Exactly. So. Undeniably the second best, and it's going to be damn hard for someone to pass him. Like, it's.
I mean, if he wants to go up to 205 after him versus Khalil, please.
That's fucking scary.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
I would love to see him versus Yuri. That is such an amazing fight. So stylistically different and fun, and like because
I don't know, bro.
Because Izzy is gonna be so much fucking better than him. I would not be surprised if he fucking sees through all of it. But does he have the physicality to actually make the meaningful shots count? And like,
so hear me out, though,
bro.
Because it's like his last 2 fights in Sean and Dricus, obviously struggling with the awkwardness, the doofiness, and
that's fair.
That otherworldly type of fighting where it's not, you know what I mean? I don't know if he's gonna see everything coming because Yuri is like just severely unpredictable. Like that, I don't know if that's going to be something Izzy can just see through. Like, that might give him some fucking problems.
No,
Just a real unorthodox style of fighting, and that seems to be kind of,
No, that's fair. That's true. because I feel like it's one of those things where, because I mean, like even with like Dricus and stuff, it's like I feel like Izzy was seeing everything, but it's just
but he's less unpredictable. He's more doofy. You know?
but like even with it's like he sees it, and it's like okay, like do this, but like he just does the wrong thing and it gets through. You know what I mean? And so it could definitely end up that way with Yuri, but that would just be a very fun fight. I would love to see how that one played out at 205, but.
I could say most fights at 205, and someone's gonna be like, "That's a scary fight," unless they start getting down at the end of at the bottom of the top 15.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, him versus Jamal Hill, I don't think that's as scary. I think Jamal is such a bread and butter boxer, and he's gonna be able to see through. And Jamal does not have great footwork. He's gonna eat those legs up.
Yeah, and he's going to be much faster than a lot of guys at 205 too. So but for this main event, it's definitely not the most intriguing middleweight fight for Izzy at this point in his career, but it's still a damn good one. This is a big step up and a big test for Nassourdine Imavov. If he's able to get it done, easily the best name on his resume, and I have no doubt that he'll just be looking to turn that into a title shot. But it's also like, you got fucking
Hamzat right there. You got Nassourdine. If they go and book Kaio against somebody that is more notable or he gets it done better, it's going to start getting a bit.
I mean, to be fair, though, too, it's like how there's not really a more notable win I feel like that Kaio could get in this division that's better than Izzy. You know what I mean?
Well, hear me out, because obviously it's going to get a little logjam. Let's say DDP beats Sean Strickland, and he gets a Sean Strickland win, and he's able to finish him. It's not necessarily better than Izzy, but if he gets it done in better fashion, it's just, you know what I mean? Because obviously they're going to go to Hamzat next, so if that doesn't happen till, say, October, that is... I
really hope it doesn't end up that way. That would be fucking such a shame.
It would, but I just, you know what I mean? Wouldn't be surprised with
because
the UFC
that's going to be such a giant fight for Abu Dhabi. Like, that's fucking... That is massive, man. Like...
So that's plenty of time for... in between that fight or even around the same time for a Kaio Sean fight to happen.
Very true. Very true.
100%.
And in terms of like accolades, like you said, it's not better than Izzy, but it's like even at this point, it's like number one contender to number two. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
More recently, the champ had beat Izzy.
He's the one. I was going to say he's the one who beat Izzy, took that belt off, and even though he didn't keep it, he's the one that got it away from him. Like,
So it definitely gonna be fun to see how each of them decide to get it done over each other. Because it's just with it, I would love to see if he's able to mix something up with his game at this point, because I know that obviously he's only been losing to the best, but I have that feeling that the division it's getting to the point where people are going to start figuring him out, and like you said, with this being the test, I just wouldn't be surprised if Nassourdine understands the task in front of him.
Yeah, because that's how it starts. Is they start where they've only lost to the best, they've only lost here, so that's why it's this one is the deciding factor for me. He loses here, and I won't favor him in most of the matchups in the future.
It just kind of like a lot of the older guys. I think
unless it's made for him. Like,
a lot of the older guys I don't see being able to figure him out who have already fought him. Like Marvin's never gonna figure out Izzy.
No, but it's just one of those things where Izzy has a big name, former champ, number 2 guy of the division. They're going to use his name to, you know what I mean? I know. After Nassourdine, even if they decided to give Kaio to him next, and then they decided to give fucking Fluffy to him, and you know what I mean? Just that progression of the new fighters of like, let's use Izzy's name.
I could see, depending on how Shara does, if Izzy does lose here, them just trying to fast track Shara to the top, and it's him versus Shara.
That's definitely possible, because with with Shara, he is in the co-main event taking on MVP. This was such a wacky one that it was just weird. Like, okay,
like, why?
It is a weird one.
Shara, the number 15 ranking at 180 or number 14 ranking at 185 for whatever reason, and then you match him up against MVP.
Number 15
welterweight. Yeah.
I mean, because it's weird, doesn't make much sense to me. It is going to be a fun-ass fucking fight. Like, I am definitely curious to see MVP at 185, and, like, if that is just one of those things because of his style. He's very in and out. He's very fast and dynamic, carrying that extra weight compared to what he's used to. Is that actually going to be something that affects him? Or, you know what I mean? Just such a long time vet, he's going to kind of understand how he feels and, you know what I mean? And just be able to perform. But
he is 1 inch taller with a 6 inch reach advantage over Shara.
Yeah, the hands are going to be the biggest fucking key to this fight for Michael Venom Page.
Which is funny because it's like obviously Shara being a striker and that's his thing. It's like I really wonder how much having one eye is going to give him trouble in a fight like this, you know, where MVP is very active in and out. Like you said, it's like
that darting in and out is going to be I think the biggest thing is like because he darts in out, he throws punches at awkward angles, but he's extremely technical with it. He's not like a Drakus, he's not like a Yuri where he's like wild with it and they're coming from awkward angle. No, he's very technical when he actually does that. And so it's going to be very interesting to see. And Michael Venom Page has a lot of kicks as well. MVP is not a slouch when it comes to the kicking department. So, and that's Shara Magomed.
Like Ian Gary, to be able to beat him, he had to do a lot of grappling, a lot of holding, a lot of fucking just laying and praying or just holding and you know what I mean? So that's why it's like, what is Shara really going to be able to do here? Ian is a much more technical striker. Again, I know this is down a weight class, so like physicality's weights, how does MVP, whatever, but like Ian Gary is a much more technical fighter than Shara is, and he struggled with that because MVP is real tricky on the feet.
Yeah, that's like that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, you know what I just wanted to bring up of like how good we know Ian Gary is of a striker, and it's like because obviously MVP come from Bellator, just the can crusher. You know what I mean? Yeah. But that was a real one to show how legit high level just that specific sector of striking MVP has. He was so much faster than Ian Gary at 170 pounds that like Ian had nothing for him on the feet, was like, I'm grappling this motherfucker. So it's like being up a weight class, I can only imagine how much faster he's going to be than Shara. And it's like Shara cannot go to the fucking grappling against him as a path to victory in this fight. It's just like exactly like how is this fight going to look? Is it going to be the speed of MVP that just kills, or the physicality and like the size and power of Shara that's going to be able to get through?
And it's insane with the speed of MVP because he's 10 years older than fucking Ian Gary. He's probably
he's 37 years old.
Yeah. And
so he's exactly 10 years older than him.
No, and he's 7 years older than Shara. Like, it's like, and if it shows that he's still faster at 185 with the extra weight on him than Shara, that is going to be insane. And it's like, dude is dude's insane.
It's like, obviously, you know, we all know Kevin Holland is a back and forth guy. He'll just fight to fight. But it's like even he was getting significantly frustrated with the striking, trying to
oh my god,
like, he was so mad. And Kevin Holland has other tools technically to go to. You know what I mean?
And it's like you only see him get ever frustrated when he's just getting held for the entire. Like when have you ever seen the striking frustrate Kevin Holland?
Exactly, exactly. So this is a tough fight for Shara.
Yeah. It's weird, it's wacky, it's fun as hell though, and I cannot wait to see how it actually looks and how it plays out over 3 rounds.
Yeah.
So let's go. That co-main event, extremely solid fight at 185 pounds. Going on to the featured bout, the big boys. I hate this fight so much, honestly. It's gonna be great, but because we got Sergei Pavlovich, who's on a rough little streak right now, just, you know, losing to Tom like he did, losing to Volkov, just getting absolutely dismantled by him.
Yeah.
And he's going up against Jairzinho Rozenstruik, who we all know just how hard of a hitter, how good of a kickboxer he can be. And 2-fight winning streak for him. So just, you know, on the opposite end, just starting to get a streak put together back for him, gaining some momentum. Sergei lost all of his momentum from the 6-fight knockout streak of just being the monster of the heavyweight division. How are you guys feeling about these two big boys going after it in Saudi?
All right. I don't know. Like, I feel like Pavlovich is probably going to win. And the reason I say that is Volkov TKO'd him. He got just flat knocked out by just running forward Francis Ngannou winging shots at him. I don't know. I
agree with you. I also feel like Pavlovich is going to win. I think that this is a nice step back for him to be able to get his momentum and confidence back up. because it's like, you know, he got knocked out by Tom Aspinall, no shame in that, but like the Volkov one, he just straight up looked different. You know, he looked like he took a step back. He looked a bit more timid. Like, I don't know if that just had to do with getting knocked out and he just kind of needed to just get the jitters out or something. Even though Jar Jar is a hard hitter, it's like he does really good against guys that are unranked back half guys, but he loses to the top of the division, you know, Jailton, Volkov, Curtis Blades, Cyril Gane, Francis Ngannou. No shame to any of those losses. But his wins, his last win was a split decision with Tai Tuivasa. Shamil Gaziev, who had no right being in a 5-round main event. Chris Daukaus before the Jailton loss. You know what I mean? I just do think that this is a fight that Pavlovich can win and help him get all of that back. But if he loses, then I'll just feel really sad for him because damn, like that loss really fucked you up is how I'm gonna feel.
It's just
which is
so
funny
hard
because he's lost before. Like he lost to Overeem in his debut. Like it shouldn't matter. Like it's weird that loss would fuck with him like that. And I guess maybe it's because he was like straight up knocked out cold as opposed to TKO'd by Overeem on the ground. But
and it's like interim title was on the line though, huge fight. He was the one that was the backup fighter and was prepared to fight where Tom came in short notice. Like I just wonder if there was a lot of things that kind of might have crushed if he is kind of taking that loss hard, where then he went into the Volkov fight like that. He goes and shits the bed with Jar, you know what I mean? But I feel like he can go out there and probably knock him out. I kind of hope so. I love Jar Jar, but I want that for Pavlovich, man.
I don't know, because it's like obviously I know that looking at back on Jairzinho, it's not like he has the greatest wins or anything, but it's like in all reality, looking at the streak of Sergei, you know what I mean? Like the Curtis Blades one, obviously that's like a great one, but that's really his only top win. Like because it's knockouts over Ty and Derek Lewis before that, which it's like it's just. Obviously, Jar Jar got the split decision where Sergei, knocked him out in under a minute, but that's where it's like styles and stuff like that. It's the patience and the just how good of a kickboxer that Jairzinho is, and just I don't know. Sergei can definitely go in there, run him over, look great, and get back on the winning track, but. I would not be too surprised if this actually isn't like the right step back and Jairzinho is able to get it done over him.
No,
it might even just be a decision, a split decision, and it doesn't what I mean? But Jairzinho's smart, man, and he is very solid.
For sure.
He is, and I get that, but like Sergei does have that type of power that does just put people out, and he does sometimes do what Francis did and just start throwing wild shots at guys and just gain them out there once he gets them backed up to the cage. And if he had backed Jairzinho up to the cage, which Jairzinho does on his own anyway a lot of the time, he's going to be taking a lot of shots. And that's where I think he just isn't going to be able to overcome that because he's going to be... I feel like he's just going to try and counter at the wrong time and just get clipped and go down.
Very possible. But it's heavyweights. These two big boys, they got the power and the ability to knock out anyone at any point. You know what I mean? So it's like it's one of those things where it's like, someone could easily be winning the fight, and then it's just that Derek Lewis Volkov shit. You know what I mean? Last couple of seconds, he just gets like the knockout or something. Jairzinho's done that in the past, in the 5th round against Alistair Overeem. So We'll see how it plays out. I definitely do agree that it's like I hope Sergei's able to get it done. I love Jairzinho. I don't want to see him get fucking viciously knocked out. You know what I mean? But it's like I don't want to see Sergei go on a 3-fight losing streak either.
No, it's one of those hard ones where like both guys I like, and I don't want to see either of them lose.
It's just he's 32 years old and like just has that life in the. Like Jar Jar only 36, so I know that's not old for the division or anything. But it's one of those things where he's been around for a while, like I said, back and forth. So it's like he's on a rough little run right now to these like the top guys that you can be on a loss to. But with 32 and just having the life, having that knockout power, I don't want to see him just going down like that. I would love to see him come back and just keep up with the division and just keep some life in heavyweights.
No, for sure.
He's one of the few heavyweights I like.
With like Jairzinho, like easily if he loses this, like what, they're gonna give him someone in the back half of the top 15? Like, okay, like I think he beats Marcus Rogerio de Lima. I think he beats Waldo Cortez Acosta. He already beat Shamil Gaziev. And then I think he probably can beat Mick Parkin, but Mick Parkin is the toughest one out of all of them because he actually is someone
Take
who
people
will
down.
take people down, put them against cage, and just grind out the decision.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like,
definitely. It's a good fight. I'm definitely excited to see how it plays out.
mhm.
But yeah, and because definitely hope Sergei is able to get it done.
Oh yeah, I forgot Shamil was on this card too.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But yeah, great fight at heavyweight. Moving on down the main card, I love this fight a lot at 135 pounds, but due to recent things, I'm a little bit scared. We got Said Nurmagomedov taking on Vinicius Oliveira.
Yes.
Is Vinicius Oliveira just going to be that next prospect coming up that out of just a decent amount recently between this year, last year, of just guys, getting excited for, and he's just going to take that step up where compared to what he's done, everyone is like, oh, he should be able to do this, get him out of there. But is Said going to be able to play that veteran part, shut down the hype train of Vinicius Oliveira, and
I get
remain on the winning track?
I understand the like hesitance and like why you're saying that because of what's been going on recently. The only thing I would say is like Vinicius Oliveira does have the best win out of most of those guys that we're talking about with Ricky Simone, who was in the top 15 of the bantamweight division and has fought and beat a lot of guys. So I feel like he is a bit more like in that area where I can see it being legit and him being able to just be able to get this win. Not like necessarily steamroll Said, because I don't think anyone really has steamrolled him, but like, I think he's going to be able to come in here and get a win. Just be able to.
Said has never been finished before.
Yeah.
3 decision losses on his record.
Vinicius has only 3 decisions, but like you said in his last fight, showing that he could do that because he took Ricky Simone to the decision. It's rough. I also don't think that that'll happen with this one because I don't know. Vinicius goes out and puts a lot of pressure on these people.
Yeah.
And even if he can't get them out of there, he keeps up that pressure and does enough to win decisions too,
Yeah.
He doesn't just rely on having one big shot and you know what I mean? Just hoping like, oh, I got them out of there. That's it. That's all. So
Yeah.
I guess it's just, if Said is able to like take him down and actually get something going, but I don't know.
That is the one thing that is going to be interesting because I don't remember if Ricky ever got him down or not.
Ricky got 2 takedowns on Vinicius. Vinicius scored 1 takedown. Vinicius scored 2 takedowns against Bernardo Sopaj, but Sopaj scored 3 takedowns on him.
Okay,
so
how much
he has been
time
taken.
For the Ricky.
Ricky. Sorry, let me. Ricky had a total of 31 seconds of control time. Went 2 out of 11 on takedowns.
Yeah, so Vinicius is very good on the ground. That like I remember him getting.
Bernardo Sopa, 3 of 4 takedowns for Bernardo Sopa and 4 minutes 28 seconds of control time. So much more than that.
Yeah.
Just funny because Vinicius only has 3 losses, all of them coming by KO. So seemingly, if Said does not go out there and knock him out, he's gonna lose the fight. He's been knocked out in every round.
The second round KO,
1,
TKO
second round,
is
Dr. Stoppage.
Dr. Stoppage.
But still a round 2 finish, and then got knocked out in round 3.
Yep.
Dr. Stoppage.
But I feel like I definitely, like you said, Ginger, Vinicius actually being the one to get like a real legit win, towards the like the higher end of the division to like actually give more confidence in that.
Yes.
But
and he's not undefeated, so he doesn't have that pressure of remaining undefeated.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But still. But Said Nurmagomedov, just a very solid fighter. He's got a lot of guillotine wins on his record, so that's where it's like Vinicius, if he tries to mix this up at all, putting on, like you said, he will put on pressure. He will go after Said. I wouldn't be surprised if just trying to do too much makes a mistake and Said's able to capitalize on something for it. That's really where I'm kind of the most worried about it for this one. Like I know, like you said, only been knocked out. Would not be surprised if Said grabbed it. I know, but
I just because he has 6 submission wins on his record, Said, and 4 of those are guillotine chokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Potentially a 5th because the last one just says win,
But yeah, so this is a very good fight. Both of them basically the same size, 5'8", 5'9", 70 to 70 and a half inch reach. Oliveira being slightly bigger on both of those, but
Nothing meaningful.
Yeah, not at all. But a very good test for Vinicius Oliveira coming into this one. If he's able to get a win over Said Nurmagomedov and do it spectacularly, you give that man a top 15 fighter, because there is no one else outside of the top 15 that is like it matters for him to fight.
No, yeah, exactly. This is 135, right?
Yeah.
I would say, God, that one fight card that you were talking about that someone posted on Instagram of the, like what you should do for like UFC, like Brazil or whatever, him versus Kyler Phillips, right? Was the fight? Yeah, that is a fun one.
Yeah, that'd be so fun.
Yeah, if he's able to get it done over Said, bro, please give me him versus Kyler Phillips. You're gonna have Vinicius going forward, putting on so much pressure. Kyler Phillips is gonna be on the back foot, throwing a shit ton of kicks and do it like that. Stylistically, they both just match up well for each other, and that would be so good.
Yes.
Oh, somebody's 3 has got to go.
Yeah, let's go. And just like, they both only lost in the same way. So it's like, does that get mixed up either? Does Said actually get finished? Does Vinicius get subbed or decisioned,
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that is
very interesting. But yeah, let's go. Great fight. Last fight on the main card. Not that great of a fight, to be honest.
Another fight where somebody's 3 has to go.
Yes, 11-3 to 11-3-1. Muhammed Naimov taking on Kaan Ofli.
Genghis Khan Ofli.
Yeah, Naimov gonna go out there and get it done.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, just very solid. Just wins over Jamie Malarkey, Nathaniel Wood, Eric Silva, and then had the third round sub loss to Felipe Lima. Felipe Lima is a fucking monster coming into the UFC, so that is gonna be one I feel like is not gonna age badly at all. So
no.
Kaan Ofli was on the Ultimate Fighter, won 2 fights, got himself into the finals, and then got viciously finished by Marion Santos. So yeah, I don't know. That the Ultimate Fighter, it's always kind of hard to actually, like, you know what I mean, in terms of level of competition,
it's
and then coming in
to
get knocked out by Santos like that is just super rough. So
yeah,
definitely not a favorable matchup for Kaan Ofli coming in, trying to get on the winning track in the UFC. Let's see how it goes. Naimov only 30 years old, so still young, just getting into his prime, and 31 for Kaan. So
yeah,
let's go. Prelims though, we got some good fights on the prelims. I am definitely excited.
Yes.
I know everyone's the most excited for Shamil Gaziev versus Thomas Peterson, right?
I don't give a fuck.
Neither do I.
What?
I don't give a fuck about
You guys
Thomas Jefferson versus Shamil.
Number 15 heavyweight worldwide versus number 58 heavyweight worldwide on Tapology?
Shamil gonna go out there and knock him out?
Probably.
Potentially. And if not, the thing I hate about this fight is it is top 15. This fight actually matters. And that's what pisses me off. Is someone who is 1-1, his one win being fucking Muhammad Usman.
Yes.
His loss being Jamal Pogues, and he is fighting for top 15 ranking.
I not realize that.
I cannot care about this fight. I'm sorry.
Yeah, heavyweight just isn't good.
But
that's why Pavlovich needs to do good.
But like Shamil, top guy. He beat Martin Bidet, lost to Jairzinho, beat Dante Mays, No,
yeah, he's solid. That's why I feel like he's going to go out there and knock him out. He definitely needs to just work on some things, but he's pretty young. Oh, no, he's 34. Okay, older than I thought. But either way, I don't know.
Older than you thought.
I don't fucking care.
Younger.
Trying to act like I care. I don't care.
I know, right?
I'm sorry I dragged you guys into this conversation.
Because the next prelim fight is significantly better.
I know,
with T-Rex and Damir Hadžović.
Yep, Hadžović.
Like, damn, I did not realize Damir was 38.
I just saw that too.
Damn. That's rough-a-roni.
It's so crazy because it's like, I know he's been around in the UFC for a bit. Yeah, made his debut 2016, and it's like I've always known him as just a very solid guy. Obviously 4-5 in the UFC, not the greatest record, but it's like he lost to Marbek Taizamov in his UFC debut.
It's been 3 years since he fought.
That's what I was just gonna say. He
Holy
hasn't fought since
shit.
July of 2022.
Damn, I didn't realize that either.
Damn,
But like,
yeah,
yeah,
about to go out there and knock him out.
beat Martin Held,
Yeah.
who was a very good fighter, lost to Alon Patrick, not bad at all. Then to rattle off 2 wins, Nick Hine, Polo Reyes, solid, lost to Christos Giago Moicano, not too bad. Beats Yancy Medeiros, good win, loses to Mark Jacasey, no shame. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like just one of those very solid middle of the level guys that it's like, yeah, just always can have a rough time depending on matchups in the UFC. But yeah, did not realize it was a 3-year layoff. Did not realize he was 38 years old. First round finish for T-Rex.
Yeah.
Yeah. That just
Yeah.
it's only been knocked
But I
out
love
once.
a T-Rex fight. I love a T-Rex win.
Oh yeah.
But it was in the first round. So
Yeah.
and again, that was in
T-Rex.
2016. He got knocked out in, so 9 years later.
Because yeah, it's been a little bit since
Jesus
T-Rex has fought, which is
Christ.
good for him. May of last year was the last time getting
good.
knocked out by Esteban Ribovic. So yeah, definitely
The
just
last time
solid
he
for
got
that. But
knocked out was when he was 29? Right?
was that?
Yeah. He's 38. He got knocked out in
Yeah.
his UFC debut, which was 9 years ago.
Yeah.
So 29 was the last time.
Yeah.
His chin has not gotten better since then, even though he hasn't lost via KO TKO. But 3-year layoff, like, yeah, no, T-Rex first round, straight right hand.
Bro, that's crazy. Damir Hadžović lost to Krzysztof Jocko in 2012. Oh, fun stuff. But yeah, let's go T-Rex. Definitely hoping that he gets a spectacular win in this one. Always want to see him do good.
Yeah.
How are you guys feeling about the Frenchman and Faraz Ziam taking on Mike Davis? Surprised that Tapology has Faraz Ziam as an underdog, honestly. How do you guys feel about this one at 155?
This is a fun one. It's a very interesting stylistic matchup as well. Ziam being the French kickboxer, and Mike Davis really liking to take it to the ground. This is an interesting stylistic matchup.
Yeah, it's like Mike Davis, 32 years old, 4-1 in the UFC, an extremely solid fighter, but has just been very inactive in there, not able to really stay healthy and just keep fights going. I know that he's just fan favorite. People love when he fights, get very happy and excited. It just Faraz Ziam, just a very solid, good technical fighter. Just 5 years younger too, at 27 years old, on a very good streak. I don't know.
Yeah,
I just wonder
sure.
if it's like that inactivity and just the inactivity to just in those key moments making those right decisions. You know what I mean? I feel like Faraz Ziam's just going to be a little bit ahead, and I'm expecting Faraz Ziam to get a unanimous decision win here, honestly.
Yeah, and I could see that. I feel like, though, if Mike Davis is able to get it to the ground, like, he doesn't have a lot of submission wins, but, like, Faraz Ziam has lost 3 of his losses are via submission, like, in the first round too as well.
That's your rear naked choke.
If he gets to, and you do not want Mike Davis on your back. We have seen that multiple times.
Yeah.
I could just see him getting a rear naked choke and just.
You know what's funny is he does not have a single rear naked choke on his record.
Which is, it is kind of funny.
Like, even in, like, his grappling bouts and, like, just other things, it's just really funny. His amateur bouts, it's all arm bars.
Yeah, and then just, a lot of TKO stop, like, then, Kimura, and then arm triangle. Yeah, he only has 2 submission wins in his pro career.
But, like, in something like that where, like, someone has a very glaring, like, thing, it's like, go for it.
I just thought it was funny seeing that, I wouldn't be surprised if Mike Davis got the sub. Wouldn't be surprised if Faraz got the decision.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
But I definitely, with Mike Davis only being 32 years old, if he is able to go out there and get it done over Faraz Ziam, and it's like, especially just like, I forget what fight it was I remember with him, but like just seeing like so many people online, I think it might have been going into like the Slava fight or something, but like people just real like hyped and excited about him, and I'm just like, damn, like why are people just so like hyped up on this guy? Like he hasn't fought too much in the UFC, just hasn't been, you know what I mean, inactive, but. So it's like if he's able to get a win here, that's a very good win. It probably would be good to just start trying to push him, you know what I mean? And see what kind of big wins he can get on his record.
I mean, his only losses are on Dana White's Contender Series to Sadiq Youssef. No shame in that. And then his other one is a rear naked choke loss to Gilbert Burns, who is one of the
UFC debut. And it's like, since then, Thomas Gifford, Mason Jones, Slava Claus, and Natan Levy, like very solid 4-fight win streak. So
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this is a very solid fight. Interesting style clashes. Definitely interested to see how it plays out.
Yeah.
Heading on down the prelims.
I'm excited for this fight.
Yes, this is a good one. Kate has JJ on her draft, Jasmine Jasudavicius, and she is taking on Mayra Bueno Silva, returning to 125 pounds. How do you guys feel about the return to the weight class for Mayra Bueno Silva? Do you think that is the right move for her? Do you think that's something that's going to help her with how, like, just her faults at 135? How do you feel about everything?
I think she has kind of hit her point at where she is as a fighter, no matter what division she's in, and I think that she has not accepted it. I feel like she wants to, you know what I mean? Like, she was at 125, and she lost to Marina Moroz. She had the draw with Montana De La Rosa. She loses the decision to Manon Fiorot, which obviously isn't bad.
Yeah.
But going back 3 years ago, people didn't really know her, so it was Manon on her come up. That I feel like she was like, okay, you know what? I have to move up and do better.
Yep.
She gets a win over Yanan Wu, Stephanie Egger, Lena Landsberg. No, it's nothing great, you know? She got the win over Holly, which was overturned, which is easily her best win.
Yes.
But then easily got dismantled by Rocky, which again, no shame, but like, and then like the Macy fight, you know, I just feel like she kind of reached her level that she can be a top 15 fighter, no problem. I don't think she's going to be the champ anywhere. I don't know how moving down is going to treat her. I don't know how the weight cut's going to be for her. I don't know if she's going to be able to perform. She has great jiu-jitsu, but Jasmine is super fucking scrappy. And Jasmine's good on the ground too. You know, she likes to wrap stuff up. So if Mayra tries to take her down, would not be surprised if Jasmine wrapped up a Darce choke. But I don't know how much Mayra is going to be able to get off on her, because on the feet, I give that to Jasmine all day.
For sure. Jasmine will definitely be ahead on the feet. She's going to be pressuring her.
Jasmine's never been finished either. You know, she's never been knocked out. She's never been subbed because she's pretty defensively sound with stuff like that. It's like, I think that this is a pretty good Jasmine decision right here.
Definitely understandable.
Possible, I could see it.
Because it's like, I feel like with me, it's because like obviously with the Rocky one, it's like she gassed herself out.
She
like
was exhausted.
Like she went so hard at like trying to get it done, just go after her, and she could not get the finish, and so she got exhausted, and then easily lost the back half. So and then with like Macy Chiasson, just like getting like just the physicality of Macy was just too much, so just getting beat up and finished with the cut. I wonder if her dialing, if everything is like dialed in,
she does look good. I will say that, because I sent you that post of her. Like she definitely does look really in shape for 125.
Yeah. So I'm curious if the going back down, if she's able to like just dial in like the nutrition, the fucking like the strength and conditioning, everything she needs to, you know what I mean, to like physically be good at that weight class. And like as long as like she's if like that helps her cardio, or you know if she's able to just like manage it smart or whatever. But it's like
Jasmine's not going to let her manage it though. That's what I feel like the problem is. Like even if she dialed in, like I don't know, but Jasmine's going to give her a scrap.
No, for sure. But I just wonder if like getting down to that weight class, if
she's improved
and
can hang,
because it's like with the physicality mainly, like because she was like physical at 135. Like the only one that's like was Macy, who like you know was more physical, but she's a fucking 145er, man. You know what I mean? Like she really dialed her shit in to be able to make 135. So I feel like if she's like just honed things in, she might be one of the more dominant physical people at that weight class. She really might be able to like have the grappling to actually start running over these girls again, and like because it's like with saying like, oh, like, you know, she found like reached her spot, like, you know, like where she's gonna hit. It's like she lost to Rocky and Macy. That's literally former champ in top 5.
Yeah, that's why I'm not trying to like talk shit, say she's a bad fighter or anything, but I just even when it comes to 125, I'm just actually not sure about it, because it's not like Mayra is a big girl. She's 5'6" with a 66.5-inch reach, you know? When she was at 135, she looked like she was carrying extra weight. You know, like you could tell that like she was just not as in shape as she should have been to be there. But with that she was I don't know how much she's going to improve from where she was at 125 to get there, you know, because Jasmine herself is a very physical person. And I just don't know if Mayra's going to out physical her in this fight. Jasmine is actually the taller and longer one, not by much, but she is the bigger girl. She's thicker. She's physical in there. Like, I don't know. This is a tough fight to try to get into the top 15 of 125.
It is for sure.
It really is.
Definitely. But I just very interested to see how the physicality for her looks at 125. And that's where it's like, if everything is on point, I wouldn't be surprised if she's able to like actually be more physical than Jasmine and get it done.
I'll be happy for her because like, she breaks the losing streak and I am a fan of Mayra. I don't want to see her do bad, but it sucks because I also love Jasmine and I have Jasmine on my draft. So I want Jasmine to win, but no matter how it goes, I'm just excited for a good fight between the two of them because they're both just very fun fighters.
No, yeah, I definitely do understand that. It's going to be good. It's going to be fun.
Jasmine on a 3-fight winning streak. 2 of those 3 fights got a Darce choke. Is she going to get a third over Mayra trying to shoot on her?
Yeah. We'll see. It's going to be good. I'm very excited to see how that plays out overall. Other than that, though, last 3 fight on the prelims don't really do anything for me. I don't know how much you guys really be caring about this.
Excited to see Swati back.
True.
Yeah. Excited for that. Just looking at the card, it's just like Jamal Pogues and Thomas Peterson should probably have been switched opponents, but whatever.
Yeah. Oh, well. But just
Like I said, whatever.
Yeah, solid card overall though. Definitely does suck that we lost Ikram and Andre Muniz. Muniz having visa issues, not able to get into the country, so that definitely sucks. I was very excited for that fight.
Yeah, with the draft, I don't think you brought it up, but Jimmy has Dricus on his draft, and I have Jasmine, like we just mentioned. So.
Oh yeah, Dricus is on the pay-per-view.
Oh shit,
Vinicius
my bad.
Oliveira.
Vinicius. I knew you had somebody. I just opened up the draft, saw that. My bad. He has Vinicius.
yeah. So yeah, Vinicius, one of my honorable mentions. So I got an opportunity to earn another point, remain undefeated. Let's go, Kate. Looking to maybe catch up with me, but hopefully.
I was happy to take that loss, and you know it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Moicano. I love you, but it had to lose to Islam. Hey. Jasmine's gonna get it done. Bilal's getting it done. I'm going 2-0. Because as we mentioned, Bilal Hassan is fighting CFFC. He's a really fun prospect, up and coming, and I just love watching him fight, man. He's incredibly exciting.
I did kind of forget for a second that you had Bilal on that day, too. So Jasmine definitely has to lose to Mayra Bueno Silva.
No.
So no matter what, I at least have the same amount of points, better average. You know what I mean? We gotta keep this going good to start the year.
I'll go with 2-0, brother.
But let's go. That is all the stuff from this fight card. UFC Saudi Arabia. Let's go. We do got some fight news, though.
Yes.
First one to bring up, Gabriel Bonfim is no longer taking on Renat Fakhretdinov, and instead he's taking on Chaos Williams February 15th. How you guys feel about this one? I know we talked about it a little bit, but we haven't talked about it on the pod, so...
I preferred the Renat matchup.
Yep.
Renat is wild, but his striking is not crisp. It's not clean. And because he goes for the takedowns, it opens up a lot of opportunity for Bonfim to get the sub. He is 16-1 in his career. 12 of those wins come by submission, and a lot of those submissions are guillotine chokes, mounted guillotines, Von Flus, Darces. Like, he is a submission artist, but specifically with the chokes. Yep. And Renat would have given him something up for that.
Oh, yeah.
His one loss was he got that nasty knee to ground and pound from Nicholas Dalby.
Yep.
And Carlston Harris can knock anyone out if he gets that right punch. And Carlston Harris, sorry, I'm looking at Chaos Williams. Right? Chaos Williams can get that knockout on, he's never been finished. He's never been knocked out, never been subbed. He only has 3 losses, all by decision. It's a sketchy fight. It's scary for sure. I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely scary. I just think that because of the decision factor, I feel like you're going to be able to... I feel like Gabriel Bonfim is going to be able to win this fight, though, because I'm trying to think...
He's got 1 decision, and it came in his last fight against Ange Lusa.
Oh, I know.
So that's where I'm just like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's just rough. Like, is he going to be able to do enough? Is he going to be able to stay out of danger? Because if he can get him down, if he can get the grappling going, I believe that Bonfim can get something done, and he can win this fight.
No, yeah.
But his striking is not the cleanest. He is fast and sporadic and just looks a bit anxious in there on the feet. Even if he's not feeling it, he just has that like nervous energy to his movements. Yeah. Where Chaos is more composed. And like I said, if he lands that shot, it could be a bad night for him. And I hate that.
Yeah.
No, yeah, and I get what you're saying there. The thing is, like, Michel Pereira was able to get 2 takedowns on him out of 2 for 2. Now it was only a minute 21 control time, but I don't know when he got those takedowns in the rounds. If Michelle's able to get him down, I feel like Gabriel should be able to get him down. If not, he's going to be able to put him up against Cage and like work for something from there. Like that is the thing with the chokes, is you can get it from a standing position if you have them up against the cage. So it is something where I think he is still going to be he's going to be in this fight. I feel like this isn't like as sketchy as I think some people may think. Personally speaking.
Thing is, if it just stays on the feet, because he has taken down all of his opponents, including Contender Series, except for Munir Laniz, who shot the takedown and got choked out in under a minute for it. So it's, yeah. I do think he can get it done, and, it's just scary. That's all.
Yeah.
Definitely a very interesting fight. I very hope Bonfim's able to get it done, remain safe, and if he's able to be the first one to grab like a submission win on him too, that would just be awesome. So
hell yeah.
Let's fucking go. Let's see how that plays out. Next one, February 22nd, Andre Fili taking on Melquizael Costa. How you guys feel about this one?
Why did they send Melquizael out there to get murdered? That's how I feel about it, and that's exactly what I thought. Andre Fili, he has one of those records where it's like 12-10 and 1 no contest, so it's not the greatest.
Yeah.
But his losses aren't terrible by any means.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
like going back on his losses, Dan Ige, Nathaniel Wood, Joe Anderson, Brito, Bryce Mitchell, Sadiq Youssef. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Very solid guys. Melquizael Costa is 2-2 in the UFC, and we watched him get just absolutely destroyed by Thiago Moises and Steve Garcia. He beat Austin Lingo, Shailene Nerdembekov, cool, but this just feels like a murdering.
Because he'd be he's coming down to 145 for this one then, right?
His last fight was 145.
Okay, yeah. Because it's like I don't think that
he's
he'll
back and forth.
Yeah, it's like I don't think that he's like will get beat up as bad like like he did against Thiago Moises, but it's like the speed and precision of Andre Fili. Like, yeah, I definitely do think that's gonna even that older and stuff like that could easily give him a problem. I don't know if he'll be able to get a finish over him, but I wouldn't be surprised Andre Fili walks out with the win.
I don't know. I'm kind of scared. I feel like he's gonna get beat up. It's like Andre Fili, just a tough ass vet. It's like
for sure. It's a good one. Definitely, it's definitely good for Andre Fili. Let's go. See how that one plays out. April 12th, UFC 314, Miami, Florida. We got a fight. 2 fighters ranked at the top 15 light heavyweight. Nikita Krylov finally gets a fight booked once more, and it is taken on Dominic Reyes. I got Dominic Reyes on my draft this year, had Nikita on my draft last year. He did not fight. So now he must lose, and he will get sacrificed terribly.
The funny thing is, during the draft, we all tried to get each other to take Krylov. And then he gets booked like early in the year, so it's like, well, shit, maybe I should have.
It's just, I know you're saying Dominic Reyes is going to go out there and knock him out, but I feel like it's your bias of the draft. Nikita Krylov has only been knocked out one time, his UFC debut 12 years ago.
Wasn't that at heavyweight?
Pretty sure he did.
Yeah, that was at heavyweight.
So
I know it's been a while since he's fought, damn near 2 years. It'll be after 2 years actually when they fight, because his last fight was on March 11th, 23. April 12th, 25 is when he's fighting. So I know that obviously just a long time off. Dominic Reyes, coming back, having good fights, but getting Dustin Jacoby out of there was good.
Yes.
Getting Anthony Smith out of there was kind of just sad in the circumstances of what surrounded that fight.
For sure.
Yeah.
I don't know that he can get it done over Nikita. That's all. Unless Nikita's showing some serious ring rust and just really, he's only 32 years old, man. I'm not sure that Dominic Reyes is.
He was older.
No. I don't know. And because he was preparing for a fight in November, so he in shape, whatever. Again, ring rust is a thing, so we'll see if that plays a factor, but I'm just not sure.
I don't know. I just feel like Nikita's probably just gonna try and take it to the grappling with Dom.
Yeah.
And I just feel like Dom's gonna be able to shut that down. It's like I don't know, fucking Jones literally could not take him down and do shit with the grappling through the first 3 rounds of their fight, until he started to get more tired, and then he was able to grab some. But I feel like Dom is going to just be better on the feet. He's going to be able to move backwards on him, counter him effectively. I don't know if he's exactly going to go out there and knock him out, but I feel like Dom Reyes for just the win overall, like decision, not like I don't know.
He's live in there to knock him out too. It's not like,
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not sure if he's going to actually be able to go out there and knock him out. It's a good fight. Like, it's definitely, and I know obviously Anthony Smith, isn't the best one, but it's just one of those things of confidence. You know what I mean?
No, yeah,
like,
for sure.
Just a rough streak for Reyes. So now, like, on the 2-fight winning streak, both finishes, just especially the last one, not taking any damage and just being able to work his game and get that all out. Like you said, the 2-year layoff for Nikita, it definitely could just be my bias of like wanting Dom to win because of just like, don't want to see him lose and everything. But it's like, I'm definitely favoring Dom to get the win over here in this one.
Also, John Jones went 2 for 9 on takedown attempts against Dominic Reyes when that fight happened. Dominic Reyes has never been subbed.
Because I don't know the exact spread between knockouts and subs on Nikita's record, but
he has 12 knockouts, 16 subs, 2 decisions.
Yeah, he does not go to those judges' scorecards a lot. And again, he's only been knocked out once. I'm not sure if Dom has that power to be able to knock him out again, especially considering that was at heavyweight.
We'll see. It's interesting. It's definitely a fun one.
No, yeah. And Nikita is not like a slouch on the feet either. He's a pretty good striker.
No, yeah, for sure. But yeah, we'll see. I'm definitely favoring Dom, but who knows? Again, UFC 314 in Miami, so let's go. Next one, strange rematch. Marvin Vettori versus Roman Dolidze. Don't really know why we're doing it, but March 15th, this time it at least is 5 rounds. It is the main event. Marvin Vettori's back. He thought he was fighting Roman Kapilov, but he's fighting Roman Dolidze.
Fucking Marvin, man.
Is this the main event?
Yeah. Main event.
Be.
Okay, Sapology does not have it confirmed as that.
Okay, I'm pretty sure Big Marcel posted that as the main event.
Okay.
But yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. See if Marvin's able to get the win again, or if Roman has grown enough and Marvin's kind of just fallen off. But let's go. Last fight to bring up. Ricardo Ramos taking on Chepe Mariscal March 1st. Definitely a very fun, solid fight. I just feel like Chepe should be able to get it done.
Should be
very
able to,
good fighter. But it'd just be a very good win on his record for sure.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah. Should be a fun fight.
Hell yeah. Let's go. Those are all of the fights that have been announced. That is it for this episode of the podcast. I hope everyone has enjoyed this one. Like and subscribe if you did. And we will catch you on the review to hopefully a fantastic card. Let's go. Peace.